Howdy, y'all. Joe Hills here, recording as I was due in Nashville, Tennessee. And today on the Hermitcraft server, we're going to try and figure out if we can do something about this kind of edge of the bridge here where folks could fall into the water and not really be able to get out. You know, it just doesn't seem right to have a bridge where people can fall and not be able to get back out. Oh, look, I've done that in a different place too. I might have to look at this part of the problem as well. Okay, so we've got multiple... Well, I guess I could get back out here. But if I fell in the water here, I don't think there's any way I could get back out. So, what I want to do is possibly... I don't know if I want to have guardrails. I kind of like the teeth thing we got going on here. Maybe I could put fence posts that connect along here. I don't know. I'm just kind of looking at it. I thought about putting in glass and having the glass kind of bite outward, but that just makes the road here kind of extra massive, which might not be exactly what I'm looking for. Oh, what's this? Oh, did somebody blow up the chicken thing? Or burn it down in lightning? Well, that's less than ideal. Okay, so what I'm thinking is I'm going to run on back home and grab some things that I would need to possibly begin solving that problem. And we got some... Oh, somebody fixed this hole at least, which is good. I'm going to have to winterify the spawn a little bit, or Christmasify, or Hanukkahify the spawn. I just have not gotten to it. I got a lot on my plate. I've been trying to get all these Pitfalls and Penguins book mailed. I don't know if you guys have ever had to mail like 150 of something to countries all over the world, but that's a big project. And so... You know, I appreciate you guys being patient with me when I'm not necessarily putting out as many videos as I would like. Believe me, I want to be putting out more videos. I want to be playing more games too. But, you know, I got to be, you know, when folks spend thousands of dollars backing my project on the Kickstarter, I got to be good to them and make sure that, you know, I follow through and, you know, keep my word and whatnot. So that's been a really intense process. I finally got the first 70 books mailed today. First 70 out of like 150, 160. And I've got more to start packing up tonight after I finish this recording. But I just kind of wanted to take a break and do a little bit of recording and kind of catch up with some stuff I've been thinking about. And one thing I wanted to announce is that I have a new project that I am launching, which is kind of an art project political experiment that you will be able to watch videos of on the YouTube or the Twitch. And we don't have a formal name for it yet. The current name is Working Draft, because that's what it is. The idea, though, is that it's a... I don't like how that joins there. Let me see. I like how it joins the wood here. I might just go ahead and break this step and turn these stairs here into full blocks. But so anyway, the work and draft idea is to make a server for artists and whatnot, not necessarily just YouTube and Twitch people, but people who are active in some sort of community that will essentially generate its own laws and create a government. And so this is the sort of thing that might be a terrible idea, but I don't think so, because I got some really good people involved in the project, and I'm really excited about kind of seeing how, when you get a bunch of people together that don't really know each other, how do they go about forming their own government? I went kind of out of my way to pick people that I knew but don't necessarily know each other, because, like, if I invited all the Hermitcraft people, then, well, for one thing, not all of them, like, care about governments or politics or whatever. But it would be this, like, massive preformed voting block, which is not necessarily what I was looking for. I was, like, trying to find, like, how do a bunch of strangers who don't really know each other kind of create a functioning system, you know? And if you have a bunch of people who already know each other, then they're just going to kind of push their agenda, you know? So I'm messing around with that, but... You know, people who are going to be involved include the incredible builder Aimbot, AYMBOT, who you might have seen doing some work with Looklin or other folks on the Lag Late Night podcast. Wes Wilson from the Shaft podcast. Oh, we need lights on here because these all need lights on top of them. Yes. So I should go get some coal. Wes Wilson from the Shaft podcast. Another example. I didn't invite all the Shaft guys, partially because, you don't want to have a group of 3 guys who can affect the voting as we form the government, but also just because, Eric and Brent are great, but they don't really care about government. Whereas anytime I've been at a convention and I've been chatting with Wes and we're imbibing and we're chatting about this or that and the other with government, Brent will just kind of come over and be like, wait, what are you guys talking about? Oh, never mind. I don't care. And then he'll just walk away. He's like, yeah, I don't want to talk about that. That's not fun to me. And so, this is kind of a project where I'm not sure that the work will be appealing to everyone because it's going to be it's going to be a collaborative Minecraft server, but it's not necessarily going to be like what you're used to or exactly the way you're used to it. So I'm still going to continue on Hermitcraft. I wouldn't be talking about that on the Hermitcraft server if this was some sort of insurrection thing. So I don't want people thinking that there's any bad blood or anything going on there. This is just kind of a different project from what I'm doing with Top Mass and Biffa or what I'm doing over here with Generic B. But it's the sort of thing where those servers weren't founded to do massive political experiments where you invite podcasters and people who are political journalists who started off on YouTube years ago doing interviews with politicians in their college dorm rooms. But so anyway, so I'm kind of making this thing. It's kind of crazy. It's going to have a bunch of other people that you might have heard of. Let's see, who else? Is there a spider around here waiting to sneak up on me? I don't think so. Okay, good. So Brendan Adkins, who is this incredibly hilarious guy who did the podcast The Children's Hour of Knowledge, one of the podcasts that really inspired me to step up my game and try to do something outside of comics. Because you got to remember, before I started doing this YouTube thing, I was just a comics guy, and I'd done some game design with Pitfalls and Penguins, but, I wasn't really thinking of myself as, oh, I'm going to be this guy who does the YouTube. This is me kind of pushing further, and he was one of the people that inspired me to do that. Another guy that was one of the reasons that I got started in YouTube was going to be involved in the project. He's not completely confirmed, but, like I said, he was doing videos of politicians and stuff, interviewing them in his dorm room on YouTube back in 2007, 2008, before, people figured out really that you could use YouTube for that sort of thing. So he was, a real pioneer in that sort of stuff. And so having him involved as we form a government will be really good. We're going to be running a modded server, and so I tried to involve people from the modding community, including Floristar, who a lot of you guys know as the bee lady from Feed the Beast, but she's also pretty involved with the Forgecraft team, which you can Google, because I don't have every URL ever memorized. I apologize in advance. Oh, wait, no, I don't. I'm not apologetic. Go Google stuff. Floristar, Forgecraft, that sort of thing. And Jaded, who runs the wiki team for Feed the Beast and is really involved with a lot of that stuff. She's going to be on there. Also, the incredible, the talented, the lovely Zombie Cleo, who I was lucky enough to work with on Team Tunnel Rat. It was her, me, Zisto, and Paws way back in the day, getting started doing some of these, what do you call those? Capture the Wool CTW maps. When we first got started on YouTube, that October, it was the big thing. It was just such a blast playing with her back then, and I'm thrilled to have her on board now. And that's a creeper. And, oh, I'm stuck in a hole. Wow, that's a really good bow. And to think I was worried about Generic B, that's a really good bow. Wow. Awesome. Okay. Oh, that's not the creeper, that's the flaming arrow from earlier. Good to know. And hey, free iron. Oh, iron. I know this is not an optimal torch placing thing. So anyway, let's see. Who else is going to be involved? Doc Redstone, who I played that Redstone Wars thing with. He had been contacting me about doing some stuff with technical Minecraft. And so, when I was like, oh, hey, I've got this political experiment idea that's going to be on a technical Minecraft server. Because I realized that essentially basic Minecraft isn't necessarily, like vanilla Minecraft isn't the best for, like, founding a democracy or whatever. Because it's hard to, like, share information with people easily and stuff like that. Whereas all the mods in, like, Feed the Beast or what have you really make it easier to, like, put a bunch of text up on a screen that people can look at, and building voting machines and all sorts of stuff like that, because you can actually like create floppy disks and do data transfer, and there's networked computers where you can send data, and not just like redstone pulses, but actual like data between like networked computers. So we're gonna have to figure out like what all that looks like as part of our launch event, which is this Sunday. Some of the folks will be streaming include Opaque Mango, who is a big technical Minecraft streamer, who you guys might have seen in my video at Geek Media Expo, where we talk about making Minecraft videos for fun and profit. He's a really cool guy I met at PlayOnCon. Hey, and you're a really dumb skeleton that I'm going to shoot in the face. And now you are deceased twice. Double tapped. Okay, great. So yeah, Opaque Mango will be streaming. Some of the other folks might be streaming. So yeah, who else is involved? I should probably look at my list real quick and make sure I'm not leaving anybody out. And that's the wrong thing. Here's the right list. Okay, so Aimbot, Brendan Adkins, Zombie Cleo. I should look at Minecraft just to make sure I'm not getting creepered at. Let's back up a little bit maybe also. Kind of get back into a safe zone. And then continue looking at the list. Flora, Jaded, Doc Redstone, Opaque Mango, Wes Wilson, and I've got some people that I'm still waiting to hear back from that I'm not officially going to announce, but if they haven't gotten back to me by now, it's probably a good sign that that's the core roster, what I just told you. So, wow, okay, this is already looking way better here. And so the idea, though, of the server is that all the decisions on the server about stuff like, people are constantly asking on Hermitcraft, like, can I download the map somewhere, or why can't I download the map, or what about this, or what about that, and, that's the sort of thing that will all be content for this server. Those discussions where you, the fans, want to see something, like, you will essentially be able to lobby us to make decisions about you, and about how you experience what we create, So, like, I don't know why I'm going to the bed. It's about to be sunrise anyway. Like, for example, the server download thing. For example, which I already said, you guys might say, okay, well, we really want to see the server download. It's like, well, let's find somebody on the server who agrees with us, and let's propose some sort of legislation, essentially, or new policy, and then that person would present to the group something like, hey, how about the server download? How often should we do that? Should it be time delayed? All this other stuff. And then we would debate it, and we'd try and figure out an optimal solution. We don't know yet because we haven't started the server. But, like, on Sunday, we're going to figure out the founding documents of the server and figure out, like, we don't even know how we're going to vote, or and by how we're going to vote, I mean, like, what we're going to vote. Like, do we need a simple majority? Do we need a 2/3 majority for certain things? Are people who play on the server assured any certain, like, promised rights, like the right to not have to, include a link to the server host or random stuff. Like, I don't know yet. I invited a bunch of really smart people who don't really know each other, and it's a completely insane experiment. I have no idea what it's going to look like, but I know that the 3-hour session we're going to be recording, it's going to be hilarious, it's going to be interesting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And so those videos will probably go up on my channel early next week, but you'll be able to watch live on Opaque Mango's channel. And Doc Redstone wasn't sure if he was going to record or stream. He can't do both with his computer. I know Jaded usually streams. I don't know about Flora. But anyway, and then some people like Wes might not necessarily, or Brendan Adkins, they might not necessarily record or stream everything they do, but they, Wes makes podcasts and Brendan makes podcasts. So we got people involved who do other types of artwork that's not necessarily video as well. I tried to get I tried to get a painter and a few illustrators, and it just didn't really come together. But that's the sort of thing that I would like to see in the future anyway. I couldn't get two of the talented cartoonists that I wanted to get, which was kind of what I was complaining about in one of my earlier episodes. But luckily, I was able to get a hold of this awesome illustrator, Jerry Swanson. He's not going to be an official member on the server. He's going to be more like a courtroom sketch artist who is going to be just flying around in creative mode, not placing blocks or building or anything, but just sketching images of the founding of the town. And we'll be able to use those for like title cards or post them on Twitter or whatever. And he's just, I've heard nothing but good things about him. He's very close to some of my friends, and from what I've seen of his work, he's great. So, I'm excited to be able to announce that we're going to have some real interesting elements of this project that I haven't necessarily seen done before. And I'm really excited about it across the board, if you can't tell. And I'm also, like I said, though, I'm excited about Hermitcraft. I'm excited about my Biffa Topmass Feed the Beast server, too. I'm going to be making videos on both this server, that server, and maybe even get back to some Vetches stuff once I get the time. But, the biggest thing holding me up at this point on time is just getting all those books mailed. So, anyway, if you want to be one of the people that everybody else here is waiting on me to do stuff for because I'm doing stuff for you, you can buy the Pitfalls and Penguins book at teamsnowday.com/store, or pitfallsandpenguins.com gives you kind of a link to the project page. But, everything's changing, everything's growing. We're all doing cool stuff. Generic B has shared with me some of the plans he has for this server. I'm really excited about the Hermitcraft project, and like I said, I don't want anyone to interpret the fact that I'm doing new or different things as me like giving up or leaving here, because this is just an awesome place to be. Look, I'm on top of a lamppost, and there's a giant tree over there made by Cube Hamster, and another tree over there made by Cilantro Gamer, and a mushroom over there made by Aurelian, and a road over there made by I Am Spoon, and a house that just Assassin put together. This is just a cool place. I want to be here, and I continue to plan to be. But anyway, I just wanted to share with you guys this project that I'm super excited about. And, show up on Sunday or check out my videos when they go live early next week. I have no idea what it'll look like. I have no idea. It is deliberately in the hands of others. But they are all awesome, awesome people. They are the best others I could find for this particular project. And I can't tell you enough how excited I am. So, anyway, until next time, y'all, this is Joe Hills from Nashville, Tennessee. Keep adventuring.